Today, my top 10 music-related wishes for 2023. Hi, my name is Frank. Welcome back to Channel 33 RPM, your channel for vinyl gear and more. Big shout out to Rod, the happy hippie. He's celebrating 4 years in the vinyl community as holding a contest. He has asked people to make a video talking about their music-related wishes for 2023. I don't normally enter contests, but one, Rod's a super cool guy, and two, I love this topic. Rod, remove me from the draw. I don't need to win anything. I have enough music behind me. But as I said, I wanted to dive into this topic because I think it's a lot of fun.
Channel 33 RPM.
First of all, and these wishes are not in any order, but let's just say number one, I wish that the trend of overpriced box sets would end. And this is not because I don't like box sets. I own a number of them. But the prices of these box sets keeps getting stupider and stupider. I'm looking at you, Guns N' Roses. I'm looking at you, Kiss, with Creatures of the Night. And yes, I get it. If you don't agree with these box sets, don't buy them. Who cares? But the one thing that bothers me is the way they do these box sets. They put like one item in there that you really want, you really need, but in order to get that one item, you have to buy the whole $500 set or the whole $300 set or whatever. Like with a Kiss Super Deluxe reissue of Creatures of the Night. There is a Blu-ray audio disc of the album in 5.1. I'd love to have that, but there's no way I'm throwing down whatever $200 or $300 for the box set because I don't need the rest of it. So that is why I'm sick to death of these overpriced box sets. This next one, man, I wish record companies would improve compact disc packaging. This is a big wish of mine. I'm not holding my breath. It ain't gonna happen, but I hate this flimsy cardboard and it comes separated here and it's so bad, man. You don't have to get rid of these for people who want the basics. Give them the basic packaging, but I know I would pay a little bit more for cool packaging. We looked at some recent examples. I showed you the mini LPs from the band Status Quo. That's cool. Or bring back the long boxes. There's some special packaging that would make CDs more collectible, and they would preserve the artwork for a longer time. I know I would be all over that. All right, Ticketmaster. This is another one of my wishes for 2023. I wish Ticketmaster would implode. Man, I'm so sick of these guys and the way they're just so sneaky and all the fees they introduce and the way they have contributed to ticket prices going up and the fact that they act as promoter through Live Nation, then they sell the tickets, and they also encourage people to resell their tickets at a profit, which I thought was scalping, and I thought scalping was illegal, but what do I know? Concerts are becoming just so unaffordable. I know it's for a variety of reasons. I know it's just not Ticketmaster, but at the same time, I think we can all admit that Ticketmaster does have some questionable business practices. I'll leave it at that. Another wish for 2023, and I know this doesn't bug a lot of you, but it does bug me, and that is when bands overly rely on backing tracks when playing live. I wish that whole thing would end. And I know it's nothing new. I remember seeing Motley Crue back in 1987 on the Girls tour. And I was like, how old was I? 87. I was like 14 years old. And even then, I remember the choruses coming in. The choruses were so big, and that's when I first realized that, yeah, okay, these guys are piping in background vocals. I remember seeing Aerosmith on the Pump tour, and they were pumping in background vocals, and it's just escalated from there. I saw footage of Motley Crue playing this past summer on the stadium tour, and when Mick Mars goes into guitar solo, you can clearly hear another rhythm guitar underneath it. And it's all getting a bit much. I mean, I really like just seeing a band play, a band jam, a band even doing different live versions of our favorite tracks. I love it when a band throws caution to the wind. And I know it's not always possible, right? We do have some really big arena productions that rely on everything to be timed perfectly and the band's playing to a click track and all that. I get it. Maybe this is just misplaced nostalgia, but I really do miss the days when the majority of bands did not rely on pre-recorded backing tracks when playing live. Record Store Day. This is another one of my wishes for 2023. I wish Record Store Day would improve Or I wish the labels would improve the quality of releases they put out on Record Store Day and on Record Store Day Black Friday. Yeah, there's some cool stuff. I'm not saying it's all crap. I'm not saying it all sucks. But there's a large majority of it that really isn't that special. And yeah, okay, again, here's an old guy moment. I remember 10 years ago, there was a lot more releases, I think, that people desired. A lot of things that truly were exclusive to Record Store Day. And now it seems more and more we're just seeing repackaging of things that are already out, or we're seeing color variants, or just stuff that you buy once and never listen again. My hope in 2023 is that we get a better selection of releases for Record Store Day. Wishful thinking? I don't know. No list of vinyl wishes can be complete without this, and that is, I wish vinyl record prices would level out. I'm not naive enough to think that the price of new and used records will go down. I think that ship has sailed. I think the crazy prices we're seeing now are probably here to stay. But let's at least hope they're leveled out, at least in terms of new releases, right? The used market, it's kind of out of our hands, but the new market, let's hope it levels out. Because at least here, man, nowadays for a new release, I am paying at a bare minimum $30, like $29.99, and $35 and up is more common. And it'll take a lot for me to spend $35 or more on a new release. I just can't do it. I'd rather buy a compact disc in that case. But as I said, let's hope prices level out. Will they? I'm not so sure. We're seeing the world situation is still crazy right now. Petroleum prices, they've gone down a bit, but they're still rather high. So I'm not holding my breath, but hey, a guy can dream. The other thing I know bugs a lot of us is quality control issues with new records. I'm going to throw this out there. One of my music-related wishes is for quality control issues to just go away, for the quality of new records just to improve. There's absolutely no reason that when we buy a new record and take out the sleeve, it's scuffed or scratched or has fingerprints on it. That is just, someone is not taking proper care. Someone is not inspecting these. You can just hear my frustration here, right? Because we spend our hard-earned money on this. And I've said this before, whether we care to admit it or not, records are a premium product. We are paying a premium price, but we're not receiving a premium product. Does that make sense? We are paying a premium price, but we are not receiving a premium product because there are still too many quality control issues. That said, it has improved. In recent years, which is why I'm maybe hoping things will get even better in 2023. Okay, this is another big dream of mine for 2023. I would love to see a new band, a new rock band just come out and explode on the scene and just bring really good rock music back into the mainstream. And yes, I know there are all sorts of new rock bands putting out tons of great stuff. I talk about that all the time. I show independent releases regularly on this channel. I make recommendations of great rock bands we should all check out. I'm talking about a massive band with record company support just coming out and exploding, right? We need another Guns N' Roses. We need another Metallica. We need another AC/DC, because all these bands are getting old, yet they're still super popular. You go to any sporting event and they're blasting Judas Priest. They're blasting classic rock. They're blasting classic heavy metal, but there are no new bands coming up playing rock that people are getting behind. And it doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm holding out for the great rock savior to come save us in 2023. By that same token, I would love it if in 2023 we finally got a new guitar god. Okay, maybe this is another Frank having an old man moment, but you remember in the 80s, there were just so many great guitar players. Every month we were hearing about another one. But nowadays, where are the young Eddie Van Halens? Where are the young Randy Rhoads? Where are the young Jakey Lees? The George Lynches, all that kind of stuff. I guess young people nowadays maybe aren't into guitar as much. I remember when I was young, not everyone, but a large proportion of people in my high school were in bands, right? You either played Dungeons and Dragons, football, or you were in a band. That's just the way it was. I just don't see that among kids nowadays, and I see music stores closing. So I don't know if there'd be another guitar god around the corner. It kind of goes hand in hand with, man, I wish there was a great rock band that would come out and just explode. And I wish there was a great guitarist that would just come out and have us all go, holy crap, that's amazing. My other music-related wish for 2023 is that this whole thing with vinyl delays and records being delayed would resolve itself. And I just wish someone would figure this out. I'm hearing from friends, I'm reading interviews with bands, and these people are waiting 6, 9 months, even longer in some cases, for records to come out. So as a band, it's obviously disappointing, but as a fan, it's also disappointing, right? A record comes out on day of release. You want to have the option of getting it on vinyl, right? But there's many cases where the vinyl version is just not available, and you're waiting for months, and by then the hype has kind of worn down, and I'll probably still buy it, but it's just not as exciting as getting it on day of release. So again, maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but let's hope that the record companies and the pressing plants can figure this out in 2023 and slay those record delays. All right, 33ers, those are my music-related wishes for 2023. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching my videos this past year. I really appreciate it. I'll be back in the new year. Until then, keep on spinning.